Hello, this is Sophia, and if my video is very short today, it's because I've had a completely crazy last few days, and I sincerely apologize. Bob asked what I wanted to grow up and be when I was, I believe he said 8, 14, and 20. And here's the thing is, Bob, when I was young, I wanted to be a lot of things, and what I wanted to be actually changed very frequently. And so I really don't have much memory of what I wanted to be at age 8. I really can't recall even to save my life what I wanted to be at age 8. At age 14, though it's a little bit of a haze, I think that's about when I wanted to be a journalist, because I knew that what journalists say had a massive amount of power to sway public opinion, and I'm not talking about just editorial things, I mean anything news people write, and that I felt that that would be a way that something I could use to do good in the world. However, I later realized that journalists aren't controlled usually by their conscience nowadays as they should be, but rather journalists are more controlled by the rich media corporations that own their workplace. And realizing that kind of began to kill my interest in journalism. Age 20 is an age when I can't get out of answering this question because though there was a haze about a year or two later, at the age 20 there was no such haze. I then did want to be an actress and a playwright. Basically, it began in high school when me and my friends used to do a lot of videos. We started them by doing videos for economics class as part of a class assignment, but then we went on to doing videos simply for our own creativity, and I really enjoyed doing that. And also another thing I did a few times in high school and even a few times earlier in my life was was fulfilling school project requirements by writing plays, which unfortunately I don't think I have any copies of nowadays. The one I remember the most was based on Hawthorne's novel The Scarlet Letter, and I wrote that obviously for English class. And this one was one I really liked, and which the teachers who read it really liked it. Ended up being more than just the teacher I wrote it for, who read it. She shared it with a lot of other teachers. Unfortunately, there's no way it even could have ever been produced due to trademark reasons, because it included in it the church lady, which was a character from Saturday Night Live. But of all the plays that I wrote in high school, as well as scattered other times throughout my life, that's the one that's most memorable for me. I wish I still had copies of some of the plays I've written. Shortly after that, when I was like 21 or 22, I kind of started walking away from all that simply because I was blaming the whole getting in character stuff for the fact that I was completely losing any sense of identity. In reality, the reason I was losing any sense of identity was because I was simply refusing to accept who I was inside And the reason I was refusing to accept who I was inside was because society made it clear to me with no point of ambiguity that it was verboten. I mean, I had male genitalia. The doctors had identified me as male at birth. I had to get over my feelings of being anything other than that. And therefore I began trying to look for something to blame this whole conflict issue on, and all the interests of mine that included getting into character were an easy scapegoat. A few years later, I realized that the whole getting into character thing was not what was causing me to lose my sense of reality and identity, but by then it was just kind of too late, which is a bit of a shame because I'll always have that feeling that the time when I walked away was just before I could have started going somewhere with this. But anyways, that's water under the bridge now. Can't turn back time. Megan asked about my favorite old school Nickelodeon show, and I'd have to say that one of my favorite would have to be The Secret World of Alex Mack, because having grown up in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, I couldn't help but feel that Paradise Valley is basically a fictionalized Oak Ridge. Our special guest William asked what we would pick if we had to choose between love and friendship. And really the only thing that I can say is that every time in the past when I've had to choose between the two, I've always gone with the friendship. Ooh, that's a good one, Mark. The way we portray ourselves to society. That's been a big one now lately for me, especially here on YouTube, where my mom recently discovered my YouTube channel. I mean, some things that I did there she liked, other things, for example, she found my naked vlog and she was absolutely enraged about that. She said, like, what kind of an image are you trying to put forth with that naked vlog thing? But then again, she is a typical Jewish mother and feels that if she isn't producing enough criticism, she's not doing her job as a mother. But then again, whether my mom is right or wrong about certain videos of mine, including the naked vlog and some other things, I can't really hold it against people like myself who regularly put stuff on YouTube, who regularly put their thoughts out there and occasionally come up with something that is not quite up to standards or which can be embarrassing. I mean, there's a saying out there that if you meet someone who's never made a mistake, it's because you've met someone who's never done anything. So what I think really there should be a problem with is those who don't just occasionally make duds, but who deliberately make stuff that is to low standards, that make the rest of the community look bad. Especially things that contribute to stereotype. It's really those that I really have something against, not people like myself who may or may not occasionally do a dud. Oh, what, and we're supposed to ask a question too? Okay, here's my question. My question is, how do you deal with it if you haven't had enough sleep the night before? My life's been so crazy lately, I haven't been getting as much sleep as I need. But anyways, that's all I have to say for now. Talk to you later. Bye!